Hello and namaste and welcome back to
Lyina.
It's Arti.
Hi, it's Joel. Hello, it's Rashmita.
Hello, it's Barsha.
This week is Mental Health Week, and every year we have different themes. But this year it's kindness. So, guys, why do you think this is?
Why do we think the theme is kindness?
Yep.
I would say maybe because obviously COVID is happening right now, and you see so many articles like of this racism and kind of all that going on. So maybe they kind of like was like just a reminder people need to be kind, but it got a hooky perhaps. What do you guys reckon?
I think maybe it's not appreciated as enough as it should be. I think kindness is something that we kind of like let it pass over our head very easily. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, because we kind of like tend to focus. Like for example, Dinma say somebody like 5 people comes in like hey help Garibani, they'll say thank you, thank you, thank you. You've been so helpful, and then there'll be that one person who probably comes in like oh you little ass or you little Asian blah blah blah, and then we'll remember that over everything else. Yeah. So maybe like you said, it is like we need to appreciate little things, and that's what it's like a reminder. Yeah, Rash, what do you reckon? Why kindness?
Maybe they just chose it from a random generator. Who knows?
It's like a hat full of different words, though.
Yeah, we don't know how they chose it, but it is an important topic. Yeah,
100%.
I must say. Thank you.
I mean, like, so we do have a bit of a structure for this video because we don't want to ramble on or go off topic as per usual, but no promises. Let's start with, in terms of kindness, let's start with, do you remember any particular time or was it any of your own personal experiences where others or someone else has shown you guys kindness, and, how did it make you feel or anything like that? Anyone can start.
Anyone?
Who would like to share the experience?
La Arati start.
Why am I the only one?
Because you're the one who said, who should we start?
Like, you can, people show kindness like every day, you know? Like, say you go somewhere and then someone's opening the door for you. That's being kind as well. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. For me, I guess that's the little detail that counts.
It's like
it's like a nice polite gesture, you know.
Which we kind of overlook, like I already mentioned earlier. And so it's the simple things, but like we kind of tend to just overlook it. Yeah. Anyone else that has?
We're very grateful, like when we're in the moment, but like we forget it right after when it passes us.
Yeah.
And then it's just like you don't really look back on the times when people have been kind to you. You just think, oh yeah, it's the and that's it. End of game.
Yeah.
Like what Barca said, usually is that like when people are mean to you, you keep that in your head for really long. Yeah. And negativity.
Because it really affects you, Nita, when somebody is being negative to you, towards you, and then it kind of like, it makes you feel a certain way, and which is not a good feeling, and then maybe it just gets stuck to your head, like when suddenly you kind of repeat it in your head as well. That's why you tend to forget the nice gestures and all that. But yeah, any other particular moments where somebody has been nice or shown some sort of kindness to you? And talking about kindness, like at the end, then how did it make you feel, like inside? Yeah, were you like, oh my god, or were you like, oh, okay, that happened?
I think for me and my experience, I would say like when I was like 9 years old, when I was in junior school, right? I was getting bullied, but I didn't know about it, right?
Wait.
And then it was only until.
Was it here?
Yeah, here when I was in like year 6.
Okay.
So like that year 6 is like the final year of junior school here, right? And I had only come from Nepal that time. And keep in mind that when I first came here, like of course you're into this whole new culture and now you're getting to know a lot of things and you don't kind of like process it as well. I mean, because you're getting fed too much information, it doesn't pass by very efficiently. I mean, I didn't know what bullying was at that time either. I mean, one of my friend like they noticed like Gorasake, they noticed like that some other section girl kids were like being mean to me. But then I just thought they were just like, oh okay, whatever. Like I didn't take notice of it and I just ignored them. That's what I would always do it now on break times. And it was not until when some of the kids in my class went up to my teacher and said, "Oh, Miss, they're bullying her and all this, all that." And I was like so confused. I was like, "Wait, what's bullying? Why are you guys talking about me?" Like I had no idea this was happening. And I think for me that was like the kids were showing kindness to me in that way because like they kind of saw that it wasn't nice for the other kids to bully me and let the teacher know about it, which at the end I found out, oh okay, I think that was like the first time I understood what bullying was, and I was like, oh okay, this is what bullying is.
This is what it feels like.
But it was so new to me again, like it was something that kind of like flew over my head because I didn't understand it at the time. But from my experience, I think that would be one of like the kind moments. And yeah, it was a very confusing time, but it was a very thankful moment because like if I hadn't known it then, like if the kids hadn't gone and told the teacher, I probably maybe wouldn't have known what bullying was even when I went into secondary school, you know. And secondary school is very scary because it's it's a big school, you've got a lot of people there,
and like you're like the youngest too, huh? Like going into the secondary school,
so. And also because like I was like the first Asian in my school as well.
Oh shit.
That's
so was the bullying because you stood out?
I don't know, like I have no idea why. Like I was like completely phased by it. Like I was like, wait, what's happening? Like, oh, this is called bullying? Okay.
All right.
All right.
I mean, you kind of you knew that, okay, that's when you realized bullying Githio Bonera, and you kind of experienced kindness then as well because your friends kind of backed you up at that time. Do you remember like how that made you feel, like knowing that, oh, malai bully gareko rahecha, oh, but somebody else kind of like helped me in that situation? Do you remember like thinking back?
I think I was just like pretty thankful to Belani. I was like, oh okay, thanks for helping, but I don't think like I understood it in that depth at that time. So but like looking back now, I am like very thankful for that moment because like I've learned what bullying was and I was thankful for it. So yeah.
Do you guys have any other examples? No? See, it's like I'm pretty sure like kindness, but it's just so hard to think about it because when we like you're the structure kind of what we should talk about Banera. Even when I was trying to like figure out or write things where people have shown me kindness, I was like so stuck, like because I was trying to think, oh, big gesture, okay, but it's never it's just like a smaller gesture is also showing kindness, but you kind of like when I first looked at it, I looked at the topic and the structure, I was like, key sort of kindness, what has people shown me kindness? I was like literally like I don't know, I don't have any answers. But if you guys...
Oh, Biana. When I get out from my house is quite in the main road area. Like when people give me way to go, that's kindness.
Oh, yes, that's kindness.
I just go, oh, thank you.
Especially with driving a bato, like I 100% believe in karma, so I always let people go. I'm like, okay, this is gonna come back to me one day. They're gonna let me go, but yeah. Oh my days. Okay, so
I think for me, like, there's so many people that have shown me kindness, but like it's just like Barsa said, it's like hard to pinpoint like which one's more, not more as in like which one is more, not more. type go.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from.
Kindness.
We overlook it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we overlook it. I can just say few. It's just like when my car was when I damaged my car, Rosita kindly offered to take me to work. That's one example. And like back in primary, like junior school, there was this girl who, like, obviously I was the second Nepali there, and then she just talked with me because I didn't know, like, I knew basic English, but it wasn't like where you would have a conversation type. Okay, like yes, no, obviously there was how yeah, she just like helped me a lot. And then with her, I gained like 4 other friends.
Okay.
And back in the day, and then I think day to day is like your family as well, isn't it? Yeah, like for example, Paradune. Offering to like wash dishes, like do that. Yeah, basically this is the stuff I do.
Yeah. That's
when we say like kindness, and we normally, like, people assume it to be like, oh, for you to be kind, you have to do big acts and like big things. That's only when you're being kind. But it's actually like very small details that you don't kind of want to like,
I think for me, kindness is like you do things but don't expect something back.
Yeah. Yep. You do it because you want to, not because you have to.
You have to, yeah.
And then either that, or sometimes, like, for me, small gestures, like small gestures to show that person, thought about me for like that also kind of shows me kindness. Like when I was going down this list as well, I was like trying to go really simple. I was like, no, I'm overlooking it. I need to simplify things. Like, kids say what has shown me kindness and so on. And then I think that morning, mom was saying like, oh yeah, like avocado, like we left the avocado half cut it at this out. Then like that they thought about me. Oh yeah, that's. And I was like, oh shit, I could write this down. Like small gestures like that. Like it doesn't have to be anything too big. The small things that kind of like, oh, that person for that split second of the day thought about me, how I would feel, for example, if I didn't have that avocado. Stuff like that. Like really, I'm just like, oh, thank you. But yeah.
Without that avocado, you wouldn't have your health.
I swear to God. Yeah, like I wouldn't. And another thing that I wrote was like because I'm working Naya Kamni, that you guys know, like temporary job. That's a धेरै नेपालीहरू छ के अनि I mean there is other races in terms of like गोराहरू पनि छ तर mainly भनेको चाहिँ नेपाली र kind of like middle East European bonds more. This is something there's the मान्छेहरू there, and then because there is a lot of Nepali, there's that community. And like नयाँ भए पनि I was really thankful because नयाँ भए पनि दाइ दिदीहरूले they were like, oh बहिनी यस्तो गर यस्तो गयो भने तिमीलाई पछि गएर सजिलो हुन्छ. And I was like, oh, I've never had this, because usually गोराहरूले त हुन्छ नि kind of like, okay, like you learn on your own, or like they'll teach you the certain things, but they won't teach you certain भित्र stuff. Because one time this guy said to me, like first day he was like asking me about my name and everything, and then he said, oh, तिमी कति hours गर्छ? And I said, oh, I do 4 hours. And he said, oh, but 5 hours गर किनभने 5 hours गऱ्यो भने तिमीले 25-minute break पाउँछ, अनि so you'll technically be working like 4 घण्टा र 35 minutes जति हुन्छ नि, 25 minute पनि paid हो के अरे, मजाले 5 hours गर भनेको थिएँ के. So like small things like that, हुन्छ नि, Gora will never tell you that, because they'll kind of like do it for themselves, unless they really like you, or unless you're very close to them. But yeah, like even stuff like that, I was like, oh, thank you, Dai. But yeah, I felt like I had to mention that for Dai and Didier. But yeah. True. What else is there? I mean, I guess how it made you feel, you guys kind of talked about it. It's basically like it makes you feel just warm inside, I guess.
Yeah. Grateful.
Yeah. So like very grateful, very warm, and it all like at the end of the day, because of that, it kind of like helps you mentally in terms of like self-esteem or wounds and that. So I guess it kind of like, it does all link up, the kindness and mental health and everything. Like
it has a domino effect as well. So like if someone is being kind to you, you kind of think, oh, someone was kind to me, I should do the same for other people.
Exactly. You kind of want to pay it forward. And our thing was like, you never know what that person is going through, because obviously everyone will have their own struggles. Everyone will be going through certain things on maybe that one particular day. And just afule, like for example, you go and you kind of like help them, like that might just change their whole day. Yeah. Do you guys, for me, like like people will say, oh yeah, I like your shoes and everything, and I'm like, oh thank you, no, but I don't know why, like to strangers I can never say, oh you look really nice, like in my, it's really weird thing, but in my head, like I'll be like, oh my god, that person is really pretty, or like, oh my god, that jacket is really nice, I should ask where it's from, but I can't say it. I don't know, do you guys ever get that?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, like yeah, it's just, why is that, I wonder? Yeah, it's like, it's nothing bad, right? And then you probably,
I don't find it as awkward or weird if I do see someone who has like who looks nice, or like who has changed their hair color. I'll be like, oh look, hey, nice hair color, you look good.
No, I meant in terms of like changed color, but for example, you're walking London Mine or Chinatown, and then you see a random girl, but you really like her outfit, or you really like those shoes. This would be like someone completely new,
stranger.
Yeah.
I guess because you might feel like they might judge you or stuff or something like that.
But then it's like what you're saying is a positive, and you know that it's gonna make their day. But I like hesitate. Like I really want to say it, but what is? I don't know.
Maybe inside our head, it's like, what if they think like we are a weirdo or something?
Maybe
a random person. And that's what goes in our head. So
without even knowing,
it's just we are overthinking about it. So I guess next time if you see someone,
try to say it.
Don't do it.
Try to say
next time you go to London.
Oh my god.
You know, some people like they say things without thinking. They just say it out loud. Like they say how it is.
Which I think like is great for you. You want to keep it honest, like be honest. I feel like you do need to assess the situation and kind of think before you speak, because sometimes it's harsh, those people, you know, when they just let things out. But and there's always that time and a place for everything, you know. But that person sometimes might have just like say it out loud. Or
true.
Oh yeah. So should we move on to the next, or do you guys want to add anything on?
Nah, let's move on.
So earlier we discussed about your experiences and the times that other people have shown you kindness and how that made you feel. So this following question, we're going to kind of reverse that. So the question that we actually had was, discuss what you have done in life to be kind to others and how did it make you feel?
I don't want to sound big-headed, but you know, like my sister works for the NHS, and not all the time, but sometimes I make her orange, like vitamin C juice from orange, because I have a juicer at home. So I guess if that is kindness, then it is what it is.
That's kindness, yeah. Okay, let's go on with that. Like, how did that make you feel?
I feel like, I don't know, like it's like taking care of someone, isn't it?
The thing is, like, when we do something for someone, we don't like kind of think, oh, how is this gonna make that person feel, or how do I feel after I've done it? And I think this topic has kind of really made us all kind of think a lot deeper into what does my action mean to that person, or like what am I feeling when I've done something good for someone else, which is, I think, quite good, because not a lot of people reflect on their actions. I think.
But saying that, sometimes I feel a bit selfish, because I know I'm doing good things for other people, but sometimes I will do it just because it feels good for me. Isn't that quite selfish? I feel like, I don't know, because sometimes like you do stuff, obviously you do it with good intention to help that person out, but you also do it because like it makes me feel good, like to make myself feel good. Oh, I did that, I made their day. I sometimes view that as the things that I have done. I always think to myself, wait, that was a bit selfish, even though it's. Do you get what I mean?
I don't think it's selfish at all. As long as you have good intentions for that person, then I think it is counted as a good deed still.
Because it's just part of human emotion to feel that way. Like saying, it was a bit selfish of me to do that, but maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
Being selfish is not a bad thing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I guess, yeah.
Very true.
So
for me, what I try to do is like I donate to like a few charities, and that's how I feel like I help other people. Because like of course, like everyone in this world will feel like, oh, I want to make a change, I want to do something, and not everyone will have that kind of platform or like a place where they can just grow something from the bottom and be like, oh look, I have all this, help me help that. But as long as you're helping another organization or another charity, I think you are still helping them grow. I was listening to, I think was school live session and this is where they mentioned it, that people want to and feel like they need to have something big for people to see as them being kind, but you are still being kind when you are helping other charities and other donations grow by like helping them. So I think that's important as well. Like you don't always have to feel like you have to be the one doing everything to show that you are being kind.
And another thing,
can I say, like, regarding to like charities and that, look, I do feel like I want to help, but sometimes like you give that money, but you don't know how much of the money that they're getting. This year, I have decided to do like a monthly direct debit, I guess, for the RSPCA.
Okay.
So like, even though like in back of the mind, like then you think like, oh, like what percent is going for that animal to be helped and stuff like that, but just like, I guess I just did it.
For me, that charity thing is so like, I mean, it is so good to help charities because of course they need it, but how Dole said whether it's 100% obviously the Google sign because they're going to need to be able to use it in other resources and other areas. But because of that, knowing that, I mean, something is better than nothing, but knowing that, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to. Isn't that so weird? Because for me, I personally would give it to smaller business than charities. So for me, I don't know, it feels so rude to say it. Okay, like I'm not giving to charities. But like I feel like, oh my god, will all the money actually go to the right place? I'd rather help a smaller business out, but if I said that, I'd rather give it to them. But I don't know, not saying that I haven't given, but sometimes I really think like that. Yeah, I really think, oh my god, no, I don't know if it's actually going to the right place or not.
I think it also is how much you know and trust and understand about the organization as well. So if you fully trust the organization, then you won't hesitate to kind of like put your money towards it because you know that they are good people, they are going to do good. So for me, like the organizations that I give to, I fully 100% trust in them. That is why I confidently do like donate. But like I can see like where you guys are coming from, and I do have some doubts on certain charities as well. So I only do donate to like people who I'm 100% like sure about as well.
But saying that is a bit selfish of me because I don't know if I should say this, but there's a Gorakko charity banda. I will give it to Nepalko, like if that makes sense.
100%.
Because, yeah, because I feel like I can trust. I mean, I don't know, because you know how Shula tagged me in that running thing? I didn't really run, but I gave money there, no? But I was like, okay, so. But where I saw like Didiko and stuff like that, it felt like Nepali bhaira ni hola ni ta, maybe trust boko. So त्यस्तोमा चाहिँ I'm okay, but when it comes to Gorakko चाहिँ अलि हुन्छ मलाई चाहिँ अलि, especially big names like big names are अलि shady नै लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ, even though something is better than nothing.
But then I think it's also because you kind of know the person.
Maybe.
Like, we don't really know them much, but there is some kind of connection.
Nepali connection.
Nepali connection.
I think especially like about Didiहरूको ta we've been, I guess it depends, like you said, Ariti, about trust ko stuff, like Didiar, that we've been following her for a while and we know kind of the work she does. So maybe like when it comes to different charities, this matali gare huncha because I haven't been following them, so I don't really know them or what their motives are.
Yeah.
But anything else for you guys that you guys have shown kindness?
I guess for me, it's like since I started driving, I've been driving my family around. So it's taken the ease from my dad.
Yeah.
Because he used to drive us everywhere for Lyina, and now that I've taken the responsibility, just like I guess that's me showing kindness to dad. I don't know. Maybe, somehow helping him out. Yeah.
Helping him out. And the other thing is like this whole area where we're talking about being kind to others is going to come out as being very like narcissist or whatever, but it's absolutely not neither. We're just kind of pinpointing how it made us feel. But another one maybe I'll mention it for the rest of us is the fact that we actually during the lockdown, when the lockdown started, we actually went out to help with volunteer at CAB, Citizens Advice Bureau. And even though it wasn't much, like personally it felt good to be able to do something, especially for Bazi Bazis who don't have like support or any family members. And how did that make you guys feel?
I feel like we got so much praise for doing like.
Yeah, I feel like it could have been more.
So small, and I agree with that.
And then recently I was talking to Hema Maizu, and then she was like, oh, तिमीहरूले अस्ति गरेको पोस्ट कसले गरेको रे नामहरू देऊ न and stuff like that. And I was like, Maizu, we actually only volunteered. Main भनेको Eliza दिदी, Mina दिदी अनि धेरै दाइ दिदीहरू छ त्यही काम गर्ने, and we're just volunteers. I feel if you feel guilty because you know that you feel guilty because like you didn't really, I mean, you helped out here and there, but you didn't really like plan the whole thing or kind of like structure it. And the other thing is like you feel guilty because like whilst it is for Bazi Bazi, it's kind of like you feel like you could do more for Bazi Bazi. Like it feels kind of like guilty.
Like it doesn't feel correct to get the praise for the work someone else did.
Yeah. We were just like a
we only shared it in our social media, and that was it. That's how the word got around, I guess.
And another, okay, so do you guys have anything else to add? Otherwise, I'm gonna go down my list because I have a list.
You.
Yeah.
I guess at work, after checkout garipasi or after you helping a customer, you say, have a lovely day or have a great day.
Yeah.
That's showing kindness.
Like for me, it's gonna sound like I'm a really bad person again. I'm just literally putting myself out there on the spot, but whatever. But like it really depends on how the person looks. Because so rude मान्छेहरु जस्तो देखिने or like even नबोले नि actionले थाहा पाउँछ नि त, you just kind of like don't want to say to those people that when it's like
try to avoid that people.
Yeah, and then when बाजे बोजे आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ like elders गोराहरु बाजे बोजे आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ, oh, have a nice day भनेर कस्तो, because I think for me, because I'm Asian and I'm covered in tattoo, I want to kind of prove myself. I am one of the nice ones, yeah, but I'm like, oh, have a nice day. But
you think you look mean?
Yeah, everyone says I've got a bitch face. Like lots of people that has met me, like Thor, the standard but see, a lot of people that has met me at a later stage or when adolescence type of age, they've always said, when I first met you, I thought you were a bitch. And main thing is because for me, especially with a new person, I'll just and then for me, I don't like awkward silences or like silences that you can just cut the tension with a knife. So I'll just talk. And for the other person, I have heard this as well from somebody else that, oh, I thought you were kind of a bitch because you kept talking. And I was like, yeah, because I kept on talking, and I talked because I didn't like awkward silences. Okay? But face wise, apparently I have a really bitchy face, let's say. I don't know. Comment down below if I look bitchy, but I don't know.
Talking about like other people are saying, oh, she looks like a bitch, this and that. I think a lot of people have said that about me as well, because like with you talk a lot with other people, right?
Yeah.
But with me, like if I don't know them, I just don't talk to them. Like
so it comes out as a bitch.
She's a bitch. She's not talking to me.
You can never please anyone, basically.
Yeah, I'm looking at them, but in my head, I'm like, oh my god, what should I just say to her, or what should I say, blah blah blah. But I'm thinking like, okay, like should I start with understanding or resistance?
Oh my days.
I don't judge the book by its cover, yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to sometimes. People judge me.
Right.
But anything else?
But sometimes I see like even at work, like customers, a lot of customers like to argue. I've been in a lot of positions where they've just like come at me and just argued, and I just kind of think, oh my god, like Gunzini, like something must be going so bad in your life that you're taking it out on me. And like, I'm just like, oh my god.
What's
and I just try always to like stay calm and like not kind of give that negative energy back, because like at the end of the day, that me giving out negative energy is not going to do anything for that person or for me. The only thing that it's going to do is enrage that person more. So I just kind of step back and be like, okay, yeah, cool,
what upsets me is, when a customer is angry at you and they're kind of expressing that. I don't like it when they're showing it, doing this in front of the child, like to a child who is able to understand, because that child is going to learn that it's okay to just yell at another person for minor or something called the, like, it really bugs me again. And then yeah, it really bugs me. The end, it really bugs me. But yeah, so another thing I guess I wrote down in my list of what I've done is, I guess, going on walks with mom in the morning, because it kind of all started because she started walking, because just exercise, and then it got like got the wintry time-ish, like fall, and then obviously it starts getting dark. So that's now been a year, guys. I've been walking every morning. Oh my god. Almost a year for me, but a year. But another thing I also wanted to mention, without sounding too selfish, I mean, it is something we're doing, but it's not something that, well, I don't feel like we're helping that much, but helping delivering medication to Bazi Bazis. I mean, Arti, you went ahead and delivered it to Bazi Bazis and other patients today. How did that make you feel?
I think for me, it was just a really normal day, to be honest. But of course, like when people are not able to like leave their home, like it can be very dangerous for them when they don't get their medication on time. So it feels good to kind of like give back to the community, I guess, because I think for many people, you kind of don't know how to integrate in your community, even though you've lived there your whole life. For me as well, like we've all lived here for like a really long time, but I don't think we've really gone out into our community and like done something to give back. So for me, it kind of feels good that I am giving back, even though it is by a small measure.
Yeah. My favorite thing is when I'm on the phone with Bazi Surgery. Like, usually I'll get a text saying, like, because yours and mine is different, so I'll get a text from different uncles saying like, oh, can you contact this person needs help. So I'll call them, and my favorite thing is at the end of a conversation, I'll be like, ल राम्रोसँग बस्नु, हजुरको दबाई म रेडी भएपछि म हजुरको घरमा ल्याइदिन्छु, अनि हजुर जस्ट फोन हजुरकै साथमा राख्नु, केही पऱ्यो भने म फोन गर्छु ल. And I say, okay, ल bye bye भने नि. It's so cute. It's always mainly the badges. I'll say bye bye, or they'll go bye, and it's so cute. Oh my god, it's the cutest thing. And अनि भेट्दाखेरि चाहिँ it kind of makes you feel good, because भेट्दाखेरि चाहिँ because तैँले त गोराहरूकोमा नि दिएको छ नि त.
Yeah, I did a very community based, where you just go to people who are not able to, I guess, able to pick up the prescription from their local
pharmacies or
local drugstore for whatever reason.
And yeah, so yours is like गोराहरूको नि हुन्छ, अनि मेरोमा त धेरै it's all Nepali. And then at the end they're like, oh, Natini, Bhagyamani timila, all that stuff. Like, I honestly like Nepali bolchu, but I don't understand half of the blessings neither. But it's just so cute. And then they like, oh, it's just so cute. I forgot. So let's go back to the previous question. I was gonna say, you know how other people have shown you kindness. I said how, you know how usually like there'll be times where one of us feels, or for example myself, I will feel like a certain way or feeling disencouraged or then I'll tell you guys and say, oh guys, this is how it happened and blah blah blah, and you guys are like, oh, so you guys always try to motivate and all that. So it's like I like that because we're always like helping each other out as well, kind of like showing kindness. Like, you know, like yeah, I wrote that down. So I wrote like, when you're feeling a bit anxious or insecure, we motivate each other and encourage one another. So, you know, so I was like, I forgot to mention that. That was the important one, you guys. Okay.
That was a pure introvert moment, right? When Rasmita and those guys, that is how introverts show love and communication. They don't speak through words, they speak through actions.
Yeah, look.
A smaller heart.
Smaller, it's gone smaller. Oh yeah, we were gonna discuss the benefits of being kind to others, but we kind of covered that. I know.
We kind of like touched up on it. Like it makes you feel good at the end of the day. So
it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. It makes the other person feel good. It's just also positive, and it just makes you feel everyone just feels like on the happier side. Therefore, सबैजना positive हुनुपर्छ. Everyone just needs to be kind.
Yes, apparently there's research done saying it reduces stress levels.
Oh yes, and I agree.
Because I guess it's due to happy hormones getting released to your body. So stay happy.
Oh yeah, and it's like Arati said, you literally, when somebody else does something good to you, you want to kind of pay it forward and do the same for other person as well. So it's kind of like a chain, right?
That domino effect.
Yeah. Domino effect. So I mean, we talked about how being kind to other people being kind to you, but the main important thing, especially within mental health, is to be kind to yourself. Okay, so what are some of the things that you guys have done in order to be kind to yourself?
I guess for me, there was a point in life where I've taken myself out from a place full of negativity, I guess, and tried to love myself for who I am. Yes. Even if it's like doing simple things like, say, skincare, or yes, eating healthy, like smoothies.
That's basically because you're looking after your body.
Yeah, doing little
no negative self-talk.
Yeah. What about you, Joel?
Me, talking about the whole body and the soul thing, right? I guess I try to eat healthy, as in like eating more fruit and vegetables and getting plenty of, not rest.
Plenty of sleep?
No, that's not possible.
Water?
Right? Water, yeah. Getting plenty of water. Going for walks. And like, with Rasmita, skincare as well. Because I believe like skincare, like obviously with makeup, you feel confident and stuff like that. For me, I haven't, like, I used to be so bad. Like I had to put like a foundation or something to just get out of the house. That was really negative. And then like for a couple of years now, I have stopped wearing makeup.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that I would wear is like a lip tint or like a lipstick. So I guess like, yeah, doing skincare and like, yeah.
I'm not in that stage yet. I'm still in the makeup stage. I'm not confident yet.
Makeup does help you feel confident and stuff like that, but like obviously, you just see the like what is wrong with your face, don't you? And you try to like conceal everything. Like especially with concealer, is very very good to like conceal your dark circle and stuff like that. But with like skincare, it really helps to like brighten up your face and stuff like that. So you wouldn't even have to worry about putting on makeup, and especially Kamjane Velama, like you would spend extra like 30 minutes sleeping rather than waking up early to do makeup.
That's me.
I mean, it's not a bad thing, but like, you know, it saves time, I guess.
Also, I want to kind of touch up what you said about, you know, you're looking after your body by giving it good nutrition and, you know, drinking plenty of water. But that is important, but don't force yourself, or don't overdo it. Yeah, like don't just, you know, some days you want to have like a cheat day or a treat here and there. Don't beat yourself up for it. Don't just you have to look after your body, but also kind of like don't be so hard on your body. Yeah, basically.
Like you don't always have to
affect you emotionally. Yeah, that's true. So do it slowly, but all of a sudden, don't do it all of a sudden, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't always have to like stick to the plan that you've made up for yourself.
And it can be quite boring if you have healthy food every day. Okay?
Yeah, and with that as well, it's okay. For example, you have a structure, and one day it doesn't go as planned as well. Don't beat yourself up for it. Something I always do to myself. I should learn to take my own advice, but whatever, I won't.
You never listen to your own advice.
And it's like when you give advice to other people, you're like, damn, like this is so helpful, and I need to take some from my own, but you just don't. I don't know. It's just something to do with like Hamro Toko mentality. So yeah, I think
it's a very complex thing. I mean, for me, I think it is a mixture of what you guys have all said. So yeah, main thing is no negative self-talk. This year I've probably slept a lot, you guys. I've gotten a lot of rest.
She has.
You know, I was actually very unhealthy last year, and it really got to me. So this year I have really tried to rest it out, and I feel good this year. Still, yeah.
That's good. Yay. So some of the things I've done, and I guess you guys have done as well in the past in order to show self-kindness, is when you had enough of, you know, or when, you know, like when you were at such a breaking point, everyone in here, we reached out to one another, kind of like seeked for extra help or just some sort of support and comfort. So that's something that I've done as well as you guys. And with that as well, I guess we should mention, I'm not going to go into details, but did go and professionals help go Magyo. I guess I'll link that down below if anyone is struggling. This service is mainly for Farnborough, Hampshire, Aldershot area, I think. But I mean, everyone will have their own area. But if people are struggling, then yes, go ask for help. There's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of my showing self-kindness to myself is mainly just this year, because last year I was really beating myself up a lot. Like there was literally no positivity last year. Okay, it was in a very bad state. And then this year, like, it's really weird, because you know when like 2020 hits, or the January 1st hits, you're like, okay, this is the goal for this year, blah, blah, blah. Like, it really did feel like this year, although all this crazy shit is happening in the world, personally, I feel happier. And then I think it's because, of course, seeking out that help and everything. And I'm trying to change a little bit things here and there. For example, before, I used to watch JK all the time. And I would, like, for example, basically JK channel, they upload videos 3 times a day, which is, yeah, they were crazy.
I didn't know that.
Every day, I think 3 or 5 times a day, and they uploaded, and fair enough, I'll watch it because it's only like 10-minute, 12-minute video each. But the problem with what I had was I would finish it and get them, then I would go and rewatch all of their videos. It was like so bad, and Dad was always like, oh, why do you keep rewatching all that? They're always swearing and all that stuff. So this year, what I've done is maybe use that spare time to maybe do something else. So I've been watching really random YouTube channels called What If and infographics. It's kind of like my brain at 3 a.m. It's like, what if, you know, Mount Everest was the lava? And then I'll just binge watch all that video, okay? So it's like really random. But the way I see it, I'm like, okay, this is giving me knowledge, but it was okay. So that's one thing. Another thing that I've been doing is reading books a lot more, which I absolutely used to hate. I hated reading books.
Oh my god, I still find it very difficult to navigate through books.
Do you know what, Arati? Because
I'm trying, guys, this year. I'm really trying.
Do you know what I've discovered though? Before, like, when I used to read books, I would literally fall asleep, and when I woke up, I would be in page number 5. Like, that's how bad it was. And one time, in one conversation, like, I think Dad was talking to somebody else, and he was like saying to the other person, "Ah, mata porne sakna porne bitika nindra aउँछ," and I was like, that's where I get it from, right? This is because of you. But no, I realized it depends on what kind of material you are reading, because
100%.
Yeah, because like for me, I've learned that fictional books are fucking boring. Like, I hate it. Actually, wait, hold on. I'm gonna give you guys something. Have you guys seen this book?
The book has to pique an interest in you for you to be able to read it.
Yes.
No, Margaret Atwood.
So this is yeah, it is a film kinatra series pani छैन, and it has so much good reviews and everything. Basically, it's a fictional story, and I know what the story is about roughly here and there now, but that's where I am. Forced garda, and this is since last year. That's how bad it is.
I've got a book from last year.
Oh my god, why is that?
But I do really like it.
I can't see it properly. Talking to Sai. Ooh! That sounds kind of crazy, but interesting.
I really love psychology and crime and all that. I have like nearly halfway, but you guys.
But yeah, but it depends, like I said, on the book, because this is a fictional book. I still struggling, but I want to finish because I want to, right?
I really want to finish mine too.
This is the book that dad goes to a lot of seminars and stuff like that, and and he's usually of like people that are inspirational, who has done a business and how their life turned out. So this is the autobiography of this man, and he basically is such a good book that I finished this, and the latest one. You know how I just literally took a story of Sine, of this girl the North Korean girl go life journey. I bought like अस्ति story मैले Thursday or something, basically 2 or 3 days ago. This is how much I've read. I'm obsessed with this book, you guys. It's so good, but it definitely depends on the type of book I've learned, because this book is crazy popular, but I don't like it that much. I'm not gonna lie, sorry to all the readers. But and what's the other thing I was gonna say? I was gonna say also being kind to yourself. Like, I had a moment, you know how I said last year was pretty shit. So yeah, this year I was like being on that positive high and everything. But I think twice. Oh, are you alright? Her battery died.
My laptop died. Sorry.
Oh no.
But yeah, like what I was saying was talking about being kind to yourself. Another thing that happened this year was last year obviously it was all shit for me. This year I tried to be all positive and everything, and it is going great and all that. But this year I had like 2 major kind of setbacks, or kind of like relapse, or whatever you call it, where you kind of fall into the same pattern as last year. And for me, I was really beating up myself and saying, oh my god, oh no, this is happening again, it's going back to the old cycle, blah 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 blah. And then I was googling, and somebody wrote online, like, relapse or setbacks are basically a sign of progress, that it shows you that you've managed to overcome that. So I was like trying to be kind to myself, like, no, it's okay, like it's okay to have a little bit of your ups and downs in here and there. But I sound like a psycho, man.
The thing is, you don't have a lot of. It's because you're not a very patient person as well.
No, I'm not.
You always look to get into the end of this, whatever you're trying to do.
That reminded me of that quote. It says like something like,
"No progress is still progress." When it goes, like, that quote came to my head, because you could say, guys, I'm not so patient, let's do this, hurry or something.
Yeah, when you said that, reminded me of this quote that says something like, don't just focus on hurrying to the end, enjoy the process, enjoy the ride. So I guess I need to take that advice, because I suck. But one last thing that I have not been kind to myself is drinking water. I'm really trying, but I've been drinking more tea though, like, normal tea, but this is where I struggle, you guys. This is maybe why I can't go outside without makeup, because I don't drink enough water. It all links up, okay? But yeah, I mean, is there anything else you guys wanted to discuss or add on in terms of being kindness and being kind to yourself, and what it does to your mental health, and what it perhaps does? Anything you guys want to sum it up or anything?
I mean, the one thing that I always keep in mind is that you never know what the other person is going through, so don't act very rationally. Just be nice to people. So,
and it doesn't have to be a big gesture like we talked about. Something as small as avocado. Literally, like, it doesn't have to be that okay, no.
Yeah, I think for me, there's one thing that I always like. I don't know, human me. It's like, treat someone how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. I mean, the world is full of shit right now. I mean, a lot of bad is happening. And this is, a lot of like, racism and everything is coming out. But this is the time where, everyone is going through the same thing. So we should really, in fact, be coming together as one and kind of like moral support within each other and everything. Yeah? And along with that, in our community, let's just say, there's been a lot of cyberbullying. I know, aka Reddit post, but people need to stop that. And along with that, I heard that there is a group on Facebook where girls are doing the same thing, apparently. Did you guys hear about that?
You know what, about this whole issue, like, it always goes both ways, and it always comes down to double standards, I feel like. So, I don't know.
Let's leave it out from here.
Yeah, basically, it's going to be a whole different conversation if we get into it. But what I'm trying to say is, when it comes to being showing kindness, online phoning, especially online, like, it's easier to just be like behind the keyboard, but just be nice to another person, okay?
What is it? Keyboard warrior, was it?
Keyboard warriors, yeah, they're like literally hiding behind the keyboard, going being really rude and racist and being just really mean. So stop being mean.
You're stopping mean.
Rude comments, not bad comments.
Yeah, rude comments. Yeah.
Yeah, being mean means you're showing your true self on others.
And it's kind of sad because that person is probably mean because they're going through some certain things and they want other people to feel really shit as well. But
exactly.
But just kindness starts from you. Okay, go be kind to yourself, and yeah. I mean,
you know the benefits of being kind.
Yeah.
I googled it.
What are the benefits?
I think it says that there's 6 science backed ways to improve your health through kindness, which was like, kindness is good for your heart.
Yeah.
It reduces stress.
Yep.
It prevents illnesses. And like Rasmita said, it helps to release like good hormones and anxiety. So, and it says you live longer as well.
Oh, I guess I'm happy. I guess
so. Everyone, be kind.
Be kind to others. Be kind to yourself. At the end of the day.
So guys, I think we're just gonna wrap this episode up. Thank you for listening. One thing that we would like to say is try to remember a time that you've been kind to others, and try to remember a time when others have been kind to you, and think about like how you felt after and how that other person might have felt. And I think we should use this time that we've been given because of the situation right now to kind of self-reflect, which we don't tend to do very often, and it is a very good time to do so.
Yes. So obviously the topic for this year is kindness, and what the Your Mental Health Foundation have said is for people at home, you guys at home. So if you guys want to get involved, upload a photo of anything that shows kindness, whether you're with a dog or playing around or whatever, just anything. And if you are going to post, and if you do want to get involved, make sure to use the hashtag Mental Health Awareness Week, and hashtag Kindness Matters.
Kindness matters, you guys. So we would like to end that by saying hashtag
Be kind.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Don't forget to
like,
subscribe, and comment down
below.
Bye.
Bye.